English kings who dreamed of being kings of France for half a millennium. Louis IX, also known as the Saint, was a brilliant king of France. He had 11 children, including King Philip III of France, who in turn had Philip IV of France, also called Philip the Fair, the last of whom fathered Louis X, Philip V, and Charles IV. The three sons of Philip the Fair, who reigned successively, left only daughters as heirs. But Philip the Fair's daughter, Isabel, had married Edward II of England and had given him a son, the future Edward III. Thus, he was Philip the Fair's only grandson. On the other hand, Philip the Fair's sister, married to Charles of Valois, had a son, Philip, who was therefore the Iron King's grandson. After the death of Philip the Fair's sons, who was to succeed them to the throne of France? The English grandson Edward III, since he was the only male descendant, but a descendant on the maternal line, or the French grandson Philip, who belonged only to a collateral branch, but who through his father of Valois was the great-grandson, albeit the youngest, of Louis the Saint? From a legal point of view, the answer was not simple. The Englishman invoked feudal law according to which, in the absence of a male heir, the daughters were the ones who inherited the respective fief, whatever it might be. The Frenchman relied on the rule, valid in his country, which excluded girls from the succession to the throne. Girls, but not their sons, Edward III rightly replied. Then Philip of Valois found a solution to evade such an objection by digging up the so-called Salic law, which was in fact nothing more than a collection, constantly reworked over time, of the customs and habits of the Salian Franks, the tribe from which Clovis had come. One of its articles stipulated that women had no right to own land, because they did not engage in war, through which these lands were conquered. By tormenting this text very much, he managed to make it say that not only women but also their male descendants were excluded from the succession to the throne of France. Edward III maintained his claims, however, and the Hundred Years' War between England and France broke out. The curious fact is that all the kings of England and later of Great Britain also maintained their title of King of France, starting in 1328 right up until 1801, when King George III of Great Britain gave up his claim to also be the French monarch.